I am the first speaker, and normally there would have been an introduction, and the QFE director was supposed to introduce me, but again, because of the last minute shifts, he's actually at York University dealing with some stuff. So I'm here alone, and I'm going to ask somebody in the room here to hold the microphone so that I can engage with you and in the words that I've prepared for this first segment. So here we go. Greetings, everyone. I'm going to read this speech just as I've prepared it for York University. Greetings, everyone. Students, York administration representatives, any faculty who are present out of curiosity, security, interested parties, and of course all of the students and people from across Canada who are joining with us through the web stream. It's a good day to dream and to imagine together with you here at York University. Okay, that's tongue-in-cheek. Obviously, we're not at York University. My name is Faytene Kryskow, and I'm an author, conference speaker, and the founder, director of a national organization called the My Canada Association, who regularly leads young adults to address members of parliament and senators on issues of justice and social morality. Our organization has met with more parliamentarians than any other in the nation over the last 4 years, and have been privileged to meet with the Prime Minister's office on a few occasions as well. In recent years, I personally have ventured into the Middle East, specifically Israel, 5 times in order to see things and experience the realities there in person. I went to look into the eyes and hear the stories of Palestinians and Israelis alike. I have a deep and burning passion for Canada and Canada's influence in the nations of the earth, and believe it's only right and fitting that we as young Canadians experience what's happening in the international community and be informed on issues such as apartheid and the tensions in the Middle East. It's a privilege to be with you today. I'm told that my name means fly high in Chinese. Fly high, that's a powerful admonition to a generation and social reality where there can be so much misunderstanding of hearts, animosity, accusation, mistrust, hatred, violence, the slapping of faces, and I could go on and on. It's not only a good day to dream, but it's a good day to fly high above all of these types of sentiments that keep us so far from our human potential together. Fly high. I'm not Chinese, however, but I hope the meaning still stands. Before I share some remarks as one of the featured speakers, I'd like to thank you for your participation on behalf of the Imagine With Us Coalition. This is the first Imagine With Us seminar, and we do hope it will be time well spent for us all, as I already mentioned. With the large amount of discourse and discussion that is happening regarding the issue of apartheid and global tensions, we felt it was important to bring, not just important, but really essential, to bring a variety of perspectives to the table in light of the impending Israeli Apartheid Week. Our pursuit is for the benefit of students and Canadians who are eager to learn and who are shaping opinions on issues that will undoubtedly affect us all in the seasons to come, and for the sake of mutual understanding. We are thankful to live in a nation where things like freedom of speech, freedom of association, freedom of the press, and religion are all core parts under the Charter of Human Rights. We invite you to join with us in utilizing these Canadian chartered freedoms, and imagine with us a nation where Canadians of every creed and color can live together in peace and in harmony. I am privileged to be the kickoff speaker on the roster for this first ever Imagine event, but throughout this seminar you will hear from male, female, Arab, Jew, Christian, young, old, no names mentioned. And we all have one thing in common, a motivation to build bridges and seek truth. Every new reality began in the imagination with a dream. We are imagining a Canada where some of the ideologies which only come to steal, kill, and destroy will have zero room to move. On a side note, before I share some remarks from my heart and experiences and perspectives, I want to let you know that I've been a public speaker for over a decade now, and I've chosen the format of a written speech in order to keep my points focused in light of the fact that I anticipated a potentially skeptical crowd, which can be intimidating. The things I'm about to read are the result of travel research, prayer, experience, dialogue, and the like. I want to make sure that I did not forget anything pressing, so please forgive the impersonal nature of reading a written speech. It's not normally my style, but onward. I had an interesting encounter a few weeks back while I was visiting York University. I love the university life, so full of color and optimism most of the time, and passion. I was working in one of the coffee shops for several hours between a few meetings that I had with some students. A few hours into my work, I was approached by a handsome Arab student. His come on line was very simple. He said, "So, I noticed you when you were here a few hours ago and when I was getting a drink. When I was here a few hours ago getting a drink. I just came back again for another one and you're still here, so I wanted to come and talk to you. What are you doing?" I moved my computer sideways and explained that I worked with a socially conservative organization that mobilizes and informs young adults on issues and that we address government on a regular basis. He looked at me and said with a flirtatious smirk, "You don't look socially conservative." I looked back at him and said, "People are not always what they seem. You need to be careful not to judge with your eyes." We chatted a bit more and of course started talking about Israel and what was coming with the apartheid week. It was a nice chat and he told me his name was Ali. And we parted ways once it was clear that he was not getting anywhere. He was cute, but about 10 years too young for me. A few hours later, I was in the religious center finding my way to a restroom and walked past Ali as he was getting up from his afternoon prayers on a Muslim prayer mat, and I thought to myself, indeed, people are not always what they seem. I wondered how a devoted man of the Muslim faith could be so flirtatious with a stranger, a white, clearly non-Muslim stranger. I guess people are not always what they seem. And as we look at controversial topics like apartheid, it's important to remember that. We all see through a glass that is colored. The more we take time to walk a mile in another man's moccasins, as my spiritual father, Chief Kenny Blacksmith, often says, the higher the likelihood that we will get it right. So my first challenge to you is just that. Remember that not everything that you believe on the topics at hand is true. Things are not always what they seem, and until you see it all for yourself, with perfect perspective, you will never have it all figured out. None of us will. Endeavor to be humble, as humility is a key to wisdom, and it's a key to a clean imagination.